Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's m.simp, ReasonToWork.com. I know we've been away for a little bit, but we're back. So, you know, my sound design group, we've been doing this thing with these kits. More recently, we started this little initiative called the Synth Immaculate series. Basically, what we've done is taken some dope kits. We got access to some dope, I'm sorry, not kits, but rare vintage boards. And basically what we did is we were able to go sample some of these, grab some sounds, you know what I mean? We only had about 2 hours and ran in there, grabbed the kits, and made sample packs out of them. So, you know, we wanted to present them to the masses. The first one did extremely well, Synth Immaculate 1, and then we decided to drop Synth Immaculate 2 here more recently. So we got a lot of emails about, you know, how are the kits made, how do you get your sounds, how do you get your synth sound a certain way, and that's what we're gonna dive into on this video. So I'm gonna let you guys hear the beat from the medley, but I've actually used one of the synths in the actual medley, so you know it's completely authentic. We make our medleys out of our kits, so I think that's super dope. The drums that you're hearing are from the Synth Immaculate, or not the Synth Immaculate, but the Samish kit. So every one of these drums is from the Samish kit, also previously released with MSXII Sound Design. So you can see those sounds here in my redrum right here. But check out the synth on this. Bass in there. So I got a lot of emails about how do you get this sound right here. So I'm gonna walk you guys through on like how to approach the Synth Immaculate series. Like if you're not up on sampling, if you're not a tweak head, if you want presets, like this kit's probably not for you. But if you like to dive into sounds, create your own, you know, you can find inspiration in anything, like this kit is definitely for you. So I want to go back up real quick before we start talking about the synth and plug in the Samish kit, because these drums are just incredible. I'm gonna go out here. So if you look into my redrum, the sounds here, if you look over here to your left, these are all drums from our Samish kit. So kit is crazy, man. I layered these sounds myself. They're from production that we've used on, you know, MTV, VH1, E Network, Oxygen. So these sounds have definitely got me placements. It's just stuff that I've layered over, you know, the past couple of years. Stuff is nice. It's the exact loop. Play it again. When we go back into the sequence, that's the exact loop that I use. So we use a little compression on that. You can see that here. Shout out to Propeller Heads. ReasonToWork is dope. Sculpted the EQ a little bit. If I turn the EQ off, you can kind of see the difference in it. Just clean it up a little bit. Accented some of the frequencies that I wanted to hear. So that's what we started with. That's the basic loop. Then we came down to the synth. So I wanted something that was super dope. The Korg MS-20 Mini is definitely super dope. So this is a sample. I'll pull it up in the editor. And basically what you have here is this. I'm sorry about all that noise, but the way we put the Synth Immaculate sounds, both 1 and 2 together is, you know, we sampled like you know, various seconds of C. We've sampled various seconds of F, all the way up the keyboard. So the idea is for you to map this across your board. Now, Reason does a good job. Like, I just wanted that sound, and it just mapped all the way across these keys. You see from C1 to C6. And that's the idea. Like, you want to take bits and pieces of these kits and add them to your keyboard. So you have to map. It's not going to map for you. The sounds aren't presets. Like, you got to put in some work to get a dope sound. Well, the same thing applies. So say I wanted to do a different medley. I wanted to keep the drum loop, but I wanted to do something else. So, you know, here in Reason, I'll create an NXT, which is like my favorite. You know, if you follow my videos, this is one of my favorite patches, or instruments, I'm sorry. Initialize it, get rid of all the sounds, and then I'll go back and let's go to the MSXII, which is based upon the same premise. So this is the Prophet T8. So the Prophet T8, you know, we put some sounds in here that we thought were dope. Same thing here. So you want to go into your editor, and it's not like just plug and play. Like, you want to go in and like find what you want out of the sounds and make it. So you got a decent sound there. And I actually like the whole thing, so I'm going to grab the whole thing. And what I'm doing is chopping. So I'm going to tweak it just a little bit. Crop that. And so when I'm happy with it, now it's on my keys. So now you can play chords. You can play lower notes, higher notes. And you got everything that you need. The beauty of it, though, is when you add, you know, compression. You know, I've got some pretty dope REs or whatever, but you can add reverb to these. You can add delay. You know, so that inspires a completely different set of ideas. You know, you add your effects. And so right then and there, like, I would just play my drum loop. I started with my drum loop, and then you can come in and you already have, you know, the basis for a new idea. So we can mess around, and this would turn into something else that quickly. Maybe a little bit too much delay for my taste, so I'm gonna bypass it right now until I'm comfortable with, you know, what I have. There we go. And that's all you need right there. You got a good piece of it. I'm sorry, my quantize was on, so it jacked up my timing. Let me just redo that. Give it a little bit more feeling. So produce with your quantize off. Always gonna be a better look. Always. So, you know, we want to grab another instrument. So I don't think there's replacements for these old keys, which is what we wanted to present. So let's go find another sound. I'm gonna put another sound up under that. So it's Prophet 600, pretty thick. Got you some nice samples here to fool with. I like that. And that's all I need. Crop. Now you got the Prophet in your arsenal. And you hear like all the imperfections in the board. Like, that's the beauty of it. And that's not quite E flat, which is the key that I was in earlier. And that's what's lovely about it. And that's exactly what those old keyboards do. So let's play stabs, you know, like on certain parts. I think that'll fill it up. And part 2, you know, we were able to get the MoFat, which is a dope synth in its own right. You can hear some of the sounds in this. You know, so like this sound right here, you got plenty of opportunity to just create some ambience. So I like that sound right there. And we'll figure out a way to make it work. Oh, I'm gonna undo that, normalize. Maybe you can't. And then I'll just add it to what we got, and you just keep building from there, you know? You hear that? So I'll record over there. And there you go. You know, so now like just listening to this production, this is all like I'm doing this like live, so it's not even something that I'm putting a whole lot of thought into, which is the point. Like I want you guys to see like how quickly you can become inspired by some of the kits that we put out, you know, just by hearing different sounds, they feel a certain way. And the next thing you know, like you got some stuff that's dope. So, you know, I've got a Roland Phantom into Reason, and there's some dope sounds. So I'm going to put, it's neo brass, like these super neo brass bars. They remind me like an old Roland Jupiter. I'm gonna throw these right up into the actual joint we're building. You know what I mean? So this maybe could be like a hook. So I'm just clowning around. See how quick it builds up. And it's that quick. So we brought in like 3 or 4 sounds from the Synth Immaculate 1, 2, plus stock sounds that I already had. And we built something completely different based on the drum loop that we had. You know, so that's the idea behind using the Synth Immaculate sounds, the MSX Audio Savage kit, like any of our kits. So just build, man. You know, there's no right or wrong way to use them, but the idea is for you to just get creative. And to me, that's what inspiration is all about. So you can knock out 2, 3, 4, 5 beats in a matter of moments and go from one idea to the next, just like that. You know, all from the same kit, all from one sound design group, MSX. So we're back. So again, this is the Synth Immaculate 2, the Sandwich Kit, all in action, all at one time, all for your creativity. Man, this is m.simp. I'm signing off. Shout out to the Drum Broker, everybody out there doing creative stuff. Peep our kits, msimpmusic.com. As always, you know you're rocking with ReasonToWork.com. Subscribe, share, and stay creative out there. But as always, email if you have any questions, email if you have any concerns, if your kit's not loading right, if you can't figure out how to map it, like, we're here to help. So let's get out there and make some dope music, and holla at me. Peace.